Bam, we're live. Good morning. Not one comment about me being late. What's wrong with you guys? No one missed me? Good morning, Miss Eggert. Rambler. Shell. Marissa. Autistic Killer. Good to see you. Christine Young. Isn't that a little redundant? Autistic Killer. Remember, if you want to see the behind the scenes, episodes 1 through 6, the reviews are in. 100% consensus that they are absolutely amazing. I went to Ashland this past weekend. Ashland, Oregon. It's out in the middle of nowhere. It's like right at the border of California and Washington. If California and Washington were people, they'd be two gay dudes butt fucking each other. So you could think of the border as the cock and the anus. And so I went up there and I drove up there and I rented a car from Enterprise, a 2025 Wagoneer, 24 Wagoneer. Brianna, good morning. It was a Wagoneer, big, beautiful car. Does all the fancy shit. Got the massage seats. Massage. Massage. Am I saying that word right? Massage. That's a hard word to say when you haven't been talking very long in the morning. Massage seats. And yeah, it does look dope. Yeah, is that $100,000 SUV? I was wondering that. My mom asked me. I took my mom up there too. She goes, "How much does a car like this cost?" I'm like, "I don't know, 70." And then I asked Hiller, and Hiller told me like 105 or something. Anyway, beautiful car, nice car. It looks like all sorts of shit could go wrong with it. I mean, it's got every bell and whistle, and the seats do all the crazy shit. And great stereo. The back is pretty crazy. It's the bucket seats all over the place. Anyway, the kids loved it. Anyway, so I'm staying at the Holiday Inn Express, and I'm backing into a parking spot. I see a parking spot, and it needs to be backed into, right? Because that's what I do. That's what men do. You don't pull into a spot forward. And every spot in the parking lot's full except maybe like 3. And there's this one that I really like because it's right at the edge. You know, like when I always prefer parking next to like the bushes or a sidewalk or something, as opposed to in between 2 cars, right? That way I can get as close to the curb as possible and make room between me and the one car I'm parking next to. I want to park next to as few as cars as possible. Make sense? You guys with me on that? Anyone want to fight about that? That's absolutely, yeah. Okay, so you know what spot I'm talking about, right? And there's a tree there, a little pine tree, and it's encroaching into the space significantly from the side and the back, right? So like the back right corner of the car, I know is going to come up against this tree, a little pine tree. It's encroaching on the way the tree is planted. It's like it's a little pine tree. It's probably, pine trees get 100, 200 feet tall. This one's 9 feet tall at most. And I'm a parallel parking wizard. One shot, doesn't matter. 6 inches. All I need is 6 inches of space in the front and the back, and I can wedge between 2 cars. My driving is I'm a magical driver. Anyway, so I'm backing into this spot and I see the tree there, and because of the way it's placed, it's encroaching on the back of the space a couple, maybe 3 feet, and on the side by like a foot. Can you kind of picture that? So I'm gonna have to push up against it. The Wagoneer's long, and it can't be sticking out into the parking lot. And it's a tight parking lot. This Holiday Inn Express in Ashland. And anyway, I'm backing into the spot, and I just figure the Wagoneer is just going to push up against this pine tree a little bit. Well, I hear something. I'm like, all right, that didn't sound good, but whatever. I get out of the Wagoneer and I go in the back and look, and there's a branch from the tree that's poked a hole in the taillight of the Wagoneer. Actually, I think it was the reverse light. Just burst right through the cap, the tail light cap. You know, whatever that lens is, the plastic over the, tail light. I know, it sucked. Sucked. I was really bummed for about 8 seconds. I watched that feeling, like, flush through me. I thought, "Oh, that's gonna cost me, $1,000 bucks." That's not boss driving? What are you talking about? I know, that's what I was thinking too. That's $1,000 bucks, huh? Moral of the story, you drive like an Asian lady. Omar, I wish it was $500. I don't think it's gonna be $500. Um, so it punches a hole. So so I'm like, "Fuck, okay." And I'm not even in the spot yet, right? There's another, like, 2 feet behind me, the Wagoneer's still hanging out into the parking lot. So, I sleep like a baby that night, next to my beautiful wife, and I wake up in the morning, and, as I walk by the guy at the front desk, I say, "Hey, dude, just so you know, you got a tree hanging out in one of your parking spots, and it punched a hole in my Wagoneer." He's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And I said, "Okay, well, it is what it is, but, you may wanna cut those branches off because the tree's hanging out in the spot." And he goes, "Oh, man, we have a guy that's supposed to, come and clean that up. He's supposed to That's one of the things he does is keeps all the trees out of the parking spots." And it wasn't like a branch that grew overnight, you know what I mean? And it wasn't like a little bit in the parking spot. I mean, I I I saw that tree and knew I was gonna hit it, and I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That's all on me. I mean, you did it, not the tree. Yeah, yeah, I mean, exactly. I completely did it. I saw the tree and I'm like, "Yeah, the Wagoneer's just gonna push up against the tree, push it out of the way. It'll just be up against the Wagoneer, and that's fine." So, I come back and it's actually now I'm looking at it and it's during the daytime and it's worse than I thought. I mean, it was stupid that I even tried to go in the spot. The tree was in the spot. Um, so I leave, do what I'm supposed to do that day, hang out with the family, all that shit. Watch Mayhem Classic while I'm supposed on my cell phone while I'm supposed to be talking with the family. And I come back to the parking lot that day, and they have that parking spot with yellow tape. You know what I mean? Like they went out there and they saw. I guess they thought that whatever I said to them made them realize like, oh shit, we don't want that to happen again. I was actually really surprised. I thought it was just some kid working behind the counters. Like, I don't give a fuck, old man. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah, the crime scene tape. They had the yellow tape blocking off the spot so no one could get in the spot. What's funny, I'm gonna jump ahead real quick. What's funny is 2 days later, when we left, someone had torn the tape down and stuffed their car into the spot, which is kinda funny. Okay, there weren't a lot of spots in the parking lot. So, um that's that. Today, I have to return the rental car. I was contemplating I was contemplating, contacting, Holiday Inn and saying it to them and just letting like, not make it a big deal, but just see if they would pay for it. Just be like, "Hey, I parked in this parking spot, punched a hole in my taillight. Will you guys pay for it?" And then another part of me wants to be like, "Fuck it." But I do think it's gonna be $1,000 bucks. And, hey, and I think I'm gonna have my feelings hurt too. I think I'm gonna take the car back today, and I'm gonna think it's $1,000 bucks, but it's gonna be 2,200 bucks because 'cause they're gonna charge me for the 5 days that the car can't be rented, and then another $1,000 to fix this, tail light. So, you did it. I know, I did it. You're 100%. I did it. I did it. You're 100% right. Personal accountability can no longer be one of the podcast values. Oh, why not? 'Cause I told you a story about how I punched a hole in the taillight of a car? So, but I was thinking about calling the hotel. Maybe they have some sort of, Maybe there's some sort of thing like, they're responsible for, providing safe parking spaces. I don't know. You won't pay for your mistake. Oh, Standy, trust me, I'm gonna end up paying for it. I'm probably gonna do tomorrow. You know what I'm probably gonna do? I'm probably gonna do tomorrow's shows, for members only, and make you guys pay for it. Pass it down. Pass my error down to the consumer. If you wanna watch tomorrow's show, it's gonna cost you $20. So, anyway, that's that. That that was stupid. Lesson learned. So, safe space is okay, Kamala. Deport this pendejo. Your credit card should cover rental. I know. I know. Hey, Jeff, what's funny is the pieces of the tail light that pushed into the tail light, and I actually thought about unscrewing the tail light and super gluing all the pieces back in, but I you know, my brain ran through like 100 different scenarios. I I'm sure the car's so new. It may even be a 2025. That tail light's probably stupid expensive. I was very thankful though. Thank God it didn't fucking hurt the body of the car, or at least I don't think so. God, wouldn't that be fucked up? What if I go there and they're like the body's fucked up? At that point, then I'll bring my. If it's like $4,000, I'll probably ask my insurance to pay for it. If not, I'll just I just let him. I think my wife used her credit card. Thank God. Let her deal with that shit. I came home. The stupidity continues. It wasn't just one dumb thing that happened on the trip. I came home after being in the car for 6 or 7 hours sitting in that position, and I did a workout. Thank God I didn't hurt myself. It was a stupid workout I did. I did, 20 cals on the assault bike, and then I did deficit, uh, not handstand push-ups. I did deficit deadlifts. I don't know if you guys do those. Do people still do those? And how I did it is I wrote 20 cals on and I watched the UFC fights that I missed for the weekend. I was really disappointed. I don't know if you guys remember that guest, Emmett, I think his name's Emmett Smith. Is that his name? Is that the guy that was on the, podcast? He's a great fighter. Bald guy, Emmett Smith. He was from Sacramento. He had, no, that's the running back. UFC schedule. Let me see if I can find his name. Um, Josh Emmett. God, I was so bummed. Long fight, went all 5 rounds. He lost the fight. Really bummed me out. I thought he did great. Lerone Murphy ran from him for 5 rounds. Anyway, so I put that fight on. I rode the assault bike for, 20 minutes, and then I did 10 deadlifts at 135, and then I, slid one of those, I always talk about them, those Rogue flooring mats under the barbell. And then I did, so that raised me an inch and a half, and I did 9 like that. Then the next round I put on 145, and I did 8 like that. Then I raised the mat another inch and a half, and I did 7 like that. So I alternated between raising the weight of the deadlift by 10 pounds and then raising, the deficit by an inch and a half. And I raised it so high that the barbell was level with the mat. So I had to have the barbell in front of the mat so that when I set it down, it didn't set on the top of my feet. I wanna say it got to I wanna say I did the last 2 reps, like, at 205 or something, but it felt good. But my thought was this, you ever see little kids do deadlifts? Like, they only have to move the bar, like, 3 inches. So, like, when my kids do deadlifts, they just walk over to the bar and just pick it up, and the bar is so high relative to where their hands are because 'cause they're so short. And so I was thinking, man, deadlifts must be just so much my range of motion on deadlifts must be so much less than tall people. So I should just start doing some lighter deficit deadlifts. Is that how you guys do it? You guys stand on a mat? Sevon, are you still a big fan of Trump? Genuinely curious. How could you not be? How could you not be? Give me one reason why you shouldn't be. He's the greatest president we've ever had. He's finally this is the great reset we needed, not the reset from World Economic Forum. I'm so excited. I'm here for it. I love the experiment. It's fucking awesome. Give me one. Just give me one, Melissa. Give me one. Give me one reason. Give me one reason. Uh, Yash, what's up, dude? Deficit RDLs have helped me with long range strength and mobility. No more issues with soccer kicking, soccer ball. Give me one reason. Oh, Melissa watches MSNBC. Yeah, I listened to CNN for probably 2 or 3 hours yesterday. Crazy, just endless, nonstop lies. It's crazy. Just all fear based. You know how you think the woke are blind to their faults? Same with you. Oh, cool. Give me one. Heavy Sevy. Just give me one. Yes, you do, Melissa. Yes, you do. Give me one. Come on. Stop with the name calling. Give me one. Let's talk about it. Am I concerned that the stock market went down? No, the stock market always goes up and down. I'm not even a tiny, tiny bit concerned. Sevon, when lunging with straight knee or just sprinting, no issues. Oh, there you go. You're the third person who said nothing because he's a huge liar and a jerk. Okay. Okay. Have you ever all 3 of you have said nothing, offered up nothing. He's killing the world economy, starting with yours. He is not killing our economy. He's not killing our economy. Our economy is flourishing. Things are great here, and I live in libtard central. Tell me one way he's killing the economy. And if you're worried about the world economy, you should have seen what it was like in the last 4 years here, where we had the greatest transfer of wealth, Melissa, from rich people to poor people in the history of the fucking planet. They shut down our fucking economy, Melissa. Melissa, during COVID, they shut down half of the small businesses owned by black people in the state of California. It's like 1,492. Our economy here has is flourishing. Once again, Pat Lang, you say nothing. We have Americans getting detained for social media posts. Melissa, we have teachers getting detained for molesting their students. We have people getting arrested, not like they did during the Biden administration, not getting kicked off of social media anymore, but for threatening to kill people. Those types of things are happening. We're being on for the first time in my lifetime, we have a president who's honest about the foundation of this country and the freedoms that we have, that were given to us by the greatest civil rights leader who ever lived, Jesus Christ. See my point? Just deflection. You didn't say anything. What do you listen? Here's the thing. You say these abstract things and point to in just abstraction, and then I'm the one who actually drills down, and and somehow you win. Things are great here. Things are great. I don't see heavy sevy. Tariffs on African countries that produce something USA do not is foolish. That country can never accomplish his demands. So what? Hey, dude, there it is. Pat, that's the woke component right there. So what? So what? Lance, he cheats on his wife. That's a big one for me. He cheats or he cheated? Or you're making it up because you listen to CNN? Which one is it? Which is it? Speak articulately. This isn't the time. This is if you wanna do name calling, you can circle jerk with your woke buddies. I'm the furthest thing from woke. Not if you're concerned about, African countries, you are 100% woke. If you're concerned about African countries, well, fucking 100 the leading, death of kids, in the United States is fentanyl overdose, you're completely woke. You have to remember, all of those countries are us. We are the melting pot. Don't forget that. Kyle, finally someone smart in the chat. "Hey, Sevi, I'm poor." Me too. "But I'm doubling down my money and buying up stocks now so that I can get a piece of Trump's pie when the stock market aboards Elon's rocket ship." Uh, he's a despot, more insane name calling because you have no substance. No more check and balance in a great free country. Hey, we finally do have check and balance, Melissa. Do you not realize that, what he's doing? We finally do have check and balance. Do you know what we've been through for the last 4 years? Listen, if you're 80 years old and you're not paying attention to what's going on, you probably didn't feel anything. But if you're an innovator, a creator, a critical thinker, we had just had the worst 4 years of our life. If you're not on the tit, we just had the first worst 4 years in the history of this country, outside of maybe the Civil War. If you're on the tit, yeah, these times are rough for you. If you don't work hard, if you don't believe in personal responsibility, accountability, but if you're on the American tit, if you're one of the 55 million people that's on EBT, yeah, I could see shit could be a little weird for you. If you're one of the top 1%, shit could be, maybe a little weird for you. But the vast majority of us, amazing. Keep it up, Pat. Just all you got's name calling. All you got is name calling. You have no substance. Same with Melissa. Same with all you guys. You guys, I think you guys were the babies that, when your mom, pulled the pacifier out of your mouth to wash it, you started crying. You couldn't wait. You couldn't wait the 1 minute it took to rinse off the pacifier. You started crying. Listen, you're calling, you're all you're doing is name calling and giving substanceless accusations about the situation. Yeah. Magically, in the last couple of months, our social media is not completely shadow banned. Blade Walker, nobody is undefeated. People always forget that. I'm just more okay with Trump's versus Biden's. Let me tell you what's really happening. So listen, Heavy Sevy, Daniel, Melissa. Let me tell you what's really happening. You were really happy when you didn't know what was going on and the world was crumbling around you, but you had no communication from the top and you just accepted it. Well, that's just the way the world goes. Now you have a president who speaks to the country for an hour every single day. Every single day, he communicates more and at a higher level with more clarity and fidelity than Biden spoke in his entire 4 years. You can't argue that, correct? And so now you know what's going on and you can't handle it. It's causing you to fucking panic. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. You're upset that 200,000 people, 400,000 people, 500,000 people are losing their jobs, and it makes you sad. Yeah, makes me sad too. It upsets me too. Does that mean it's wrong? No. Not even not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Caller, hi. Yo.
Savvy, agree with you on all of that. I'm on your side, but should we call a spade, and can we start questioning where are our Diddy files? What happened to the drones, the UFO disclosure, the Epstein files, the JFK files? Remember day one, his cabinet was going to release all this. Where is it?
Yeah, where is it?
Can we be a little upset about that?
Yeah, I wanna know about Diddy. I'd like to know about Epstein. I'd like to have him bring Giselle to the White House, Ghislaine, and get all the information. Yeah,
Right.
I'd like to know all that.
Is it Ghislaine? Is that her name?
Ghislaine.
So Ghislaine, you know, the example we hear a lot of, she went to jail for Epstein committing a crime with other people, sleeping with underage people, but no one got in trouble for that list. I feel like the same thing's happening right now in our government with all this corruption and fraud, but no one's getting in trouble.
Yes. Hey, let me just say this. I agree with you 100%. I really wanna know I really, really wanna know how Epstein died in the fucking jail cell. And I do trust Kash Patel, and I do think he's working on it, and I do think it's only been 100 days. But you're right. I think it's been a very short period of time. I do want to see that. And it is very odd that we're not hearing about it more. That being said, reporters can ask him about it every single fucking day. We've gone from the president who spoke to the press more than any president in US history, from the president who spoke the least to the press than every president in US history. You agree with that?
100%.
And so although we have a lot of things that we want and that we're promised that we haven't gotten yet, we still have access to him. He's not standing by the helicopter pretending like he doesn't hear shit. But I agree with you.
Agreed.
But I agree with you.
Agreed. It's been 8 weeks. Maybe I'm being a little bit short-sighted. You know, it's not like he's got other bigger things going on right now, and I get that.
Hey,
but maybe he shouldn't have said, day one, I'm going to give you the JFK files. Day one, I'm going to tell you about the UFOs.
Oh, listen, yesterday when I was listening to CNN, they spent 2 hours, I shit you not, talking about how ridiculous this is that he's canceled the press conference for the second time in his presidency. And they just kept going on and on about that. And it's like, dude, who cares if he I hope he cancels half his press conferences. The motherfucker just doesn't stop fucking talking. And he says the same shit over and over and over, right? And so for every 10 minutes he talks, we get one new thing. And so they're upset, but lo and behold, 2 hours later, he does the press conference, and they're not like, "Holy shit, that was incredible." He invited everyone into the Oval Office with BB, and we got to fucking pepper him with questions for an hour. Like, and these people in the comments just sound like that press, like they're complaining. He's resetting the world economy. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen? You know what these you know what these people are? You know what they sound like to me? Melissa and Daniel and Heavy Sevy. We're just about to run off a cliff to our death. And because we're taking a detour, they're still going, but we missed lunch. But we missed lunch. How come we're not getting to eat lunch? But we missed lunch. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? How are you thinking about lunch right now? And you're calling me blind.
It's also okay for you to be critical of them as well. You don't always have to stick up for them every single day.
What are you saying? You know, what are you saying about me?
It's okay to come off your knees and, stand up. Hey, Susan's show yesterday, I think it was so successful.
That was the best show in the history of this podcast. I text him. I'm like, holy shit. I'm
Want me to tell you why?
Tell me.
Because he normalized talking about money, and it's very awkward for a lot of us to talk about that.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Normalized talking about money?
talking about how to get ahead, how to save, how to like a big part of that was just finances. And some reason, like if I said to you, how much does Rich Fronin make a year, do you think? Is that awkward for you to answer?
It could be, but not for me.
Society's made it so it's
I get
awkward
what
to
you're
answer
saying.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Not enough to buy a swimming pool. That's the only reason why I want. It's like in my mind, I think rich as fuck. But then the fact that he doesn't own a swimming pool or that his driveway is not paved makes me suspicious.
Right. And also the 3K purse, he was acting like it was 30K. It was a little strange,
Oh, I
you
don't
know.
know. I don't know. That was a lot. Really, you didn't think that was a lot? I thought that was a lot.
I mean, you heard Emily Rolfe at the end of it. If it was like 10K, she'd be like, oh yeah, I was doing it for the money. I might be wrong about that,
I
but
need 3K right now for my fucking tail light.
hey, you know what? Every successful person I know backs in, and you did just that. So that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I always
All right.
back in.
All right. Thanks, Sebi.
All right. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye. Show is successful. The analysis of yesterday's show is because Sousa normalized talking about money. I like when he talks about money. He reads a lot of good books, and he makes a lot of good connections. I get my news from a myriad of sources. I have a neutral view of politics, and I feel I have a clearer mind than you. Okay. Well, then, thank you for being here and adding your 2 cents and trying to share your clarity. Bernie Gannon, smartest guy in the chat. He's forcing the country to redevelop our industry as little reliance on foreign government as possible. That's short-term pain, long-term wise. I guess yesterday was supposed to be the huge stock market crash. That's all they were talking about on CNN too, and then it wasn't. They must be so bummed. We know, by the way, we know that they were. Do you remember when OMG Media, what's the guy's name? James O'Keefe caught the guy, the producer at CNN, talking about how they do everything for fear because that's what gets the ratings up, and they already have a plans when COVID's over to pivot to climate change, and they love that death counter on the screen. If you listen to CNN with that thought in mind, and then switch back and forth between Fox and CNN, you'll see CNN's just all fear. Long-term pain for who? Long-term pain for who? Hey, man, maybe it's this. Maybe it's this, Heavy Sevy. My premium is, I have no stake in the stock market, right? Like, there's nothing there for me. I don't do anything there. You know, my 401k is there, whatever. You know, I have money there that I never fucking look at. I don't even know if I'll ever spend it. But my happiness comes from the fact that I can speak freely now. My happiness is the fact that, I get to the leader of the country speaks every day, and I get to hear him. So what is it about him that bothers you? And those are 2 things. I didn't know what was going on with the last president. I don't believe you can claim you did either. And, and I don't know what premium you put on freedom of speech, but for me, it's huge. For me, it's everything. And then a close second is the raping and pillaging. Do you have kids, Heavy Sevy? I wonder if you have kids. Maybe that's why you don't care about the future of the country. You're just worried about now. That's a tough one for me, Joe. I don't know how I feel about I have a problem with any 24-hour news cable channel, especially with pharma being the biggest supporter of ad and airtime. Yeah, that one's trippy for me. I clearly don't like their influence. Uh, but to say that someone can't advertise is pretty crazy. All right. My deficit deadlift didn't get a lot of opinions. We just want to talk about the big man. Kyle Dotson, money aside, I'm more proud of our president because he's standing up for Christianity and trying to put a stop to human trafficking and making it safe to live again. So you're value driven. You like our president because you're value driven. And Melissa doesn't like him because she's concerned that we're going to stop sending free canola oil to African countries, $100 billion worth of free canola oil to African countries. Yeah, the weekend review recap, I'll do that too. Not on today's show, but I'll come back later on today. The whole when did he stand up for Christianity? The whole premise of free speech. The whole premise of free speech is a Christian value. The whole premise of freedom of religion is a Christian value. That's the irony. That's the conundrum, the paradox of Christianity. That guy set us free from being ruled by fucking religious zealots. My wife and I had our baby 2 weeks ago. The hospital people asked me 12 times if I was sure I wanted to name him Sevan Matosi and Praley, but I assured them it's what we wanted. Very wise. Jesus wants me to love shitty people. They also said yesterday on CNN, listen, and put this in context, Heavy, Melissa, and Daniel. Put this in context of COVID shutdowns. Put this in context of the 2008 housing mortgage collapse. Like, this is fun. This is fun what we're doing. We're in control. We're deciding. We're getting to dictate the narrative. It's not being done to us. We know what's going on. Pat, you're out of context again, buddy. The last 9 quarters in Biden's term were all positive economic growth. Dude, he shut down the fucking country and put us in the worst economic collapse and transfer of wealth in the planet's history. There was nowhere to go but up. Adam Blakesley, Sevy, your pegging story last night was not new. You've told it before. It was topical in the moment. What percentage, hey, Adam, what percentage of people do you think had heard that for the first time? How bad is that when I tell the same story over and over again? I need some new stories. I've run out of stories. My whole life, I've shared my whole life in 3 years of podcasts in a 52-year life. Heidi Kroom, some people are new and need to hear them again. You guys know who John Rich is? I'd never heard of him. I'm guessing he's a country music star. This is a long story, but I'm going to share it anyway. I'm going to let him share it. Hold that thought, Joe. Hold that thought. Didn't the country shut down during Trump at first, and he sent money to businesses and individuals with his name on the check? Yeah, that's true. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Here we go.
Sitting there, and everybody's eating their food, and President Trump is not president at this time, and he's talking to the senators. He's talking about really important stuff, and I'm just minding my own business going, I don't know how I got in this room. Well, okay. I'm sitting elbow to elbow with him. It's about an hour into dinner. I hadn't said a word, just been listening. And Trump gets through eating, and you've seen him do this move right here.
Yeah.
Wherever in the big boardroom he does this. Okay, that's what he does. He goes, can I ask you a question, John Rich? He never calls me John. John Rich. I look at him, I go, yes, sir. What's the question? He goes, well, you do a lot of big shows. Like, you're an entertainer. Yes, sir. You play for really big crowds? I go, I do. I play for really big crowds for a long time. He goes, well, have you seen these rallies I'm doing? Like, it's 30, 40,000 people. I said, yeah, it's unbelievable. He goes, so here's the question. Why are people booing me at my rallies when I bring up the vaccine? This is the question from the president of the United States. A guy who is very proud at that moment of the fact that he was able to stomp the gas pedal and get that thing out, because he's under the impression this is going to fix the problem.
Operation Warp Speed.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a guy who, to his own admission, one of the biggest egos on the earth.
Yeah.
And he's very proud of this. And I respect him there is no limit.
Right.
But I'm being asked a very direct question. And so, man, I looked at him and I said, okay, I'm going to tell you the answer and you're not going to like it. He goes, okay, what's the answer? You're going to look at me like this? I said, let me start off by saying this. We, the American people, do not trust the people that you were forced to trust at the time when this was happening. Let's start there. And I said, by the people we don't trust, here's who I mean. The FDA, the CDC, the NIH, the WHO, Fauci, and all the rest of them. I said, Mr. President, we consider them to be a bunch of murderous, depopulationist psychopaths.
And his reaction was,
That's a good way to start.
His eyes are, he goes, unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's stunned. No, he is stunned that I said that. I said, now, let me tell you why they're booing you. I said, because all of them, including me, I said, I would boo you. I would boo you.
Really? You did not.
I would boo you.
Really?
If you brought that up, and here's why. And he's looking at me, and I'm thinking to myself, this is the last time this guy's going to invite me to anything.
Yeah.
He's never going to call me again. I'm throwing massive shade on a former president's, in his mind, one of his biggest accomplishments. And it dawned on me, nobody had told the man what I was telling him right now, because they all work for him. They all got something to gain from him.
Yes.
They're not going to tell him this because they're not serving him well. I don't work for him. And I think a lot of him, and I want him to understand the truth about it. So I said, here's the problem. Here's why they're booing you, Mr. President, because every human being out in that rally, either themselves or they know someone directly who has been harmed by the vaccine or has even died from it, including me. I said, I got members of my own family who were forced to take it against their will to keep their jobs. And now they've got all kinds of problems. Big problems, heart problems, lung problems. And he's looking at me, and he looks around the table and he goes, this is unbelievable. I mean, he goes, has anyone else heard this? Herschel Walker, he was running for Senate at the time. He goes, Mr. President, I mean, down in Georgia, my constituents come up at my rallies, and what John just said, man, I hear it every single day. Looks over at Marcia. Marcia's sitting there going, looks around the table, and then Lindsey Graham, who's sitting across. So you're here, or I'm here. I'm sorry, but you're Lindsey Graham.
sorry, no, you're Lindsey. That was Lindsey, everybody.
Okay, I'm Lindsey. You're Lindsey Graham, and you're me. Okay. As I'm going into the part where I said, even in my own family, I have Lindsey Graham busts in with it, swishing his Chardonnay around and said, Mr. President, if you listen to conspiracy theorists like John Rich, the Democrats are going to take credit for what you did, and they're going to beat you in the next election with it. So I'm looking at Trump, and he's sitting over there, and he does that. And I looked at him and I said, do not interrupt me when I'm speaking. Do you understand me?
You what?
And he looked at me and he goes, well, I didn't mean to disrespect you. I go, yeah, but you did.
Oh,
So
Right now, you look like Wyatt Earp, and it's very intimidating.
Trump is right here. You're Lindsey Graham, okay? I go, I'm holding him.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're Lindsey Graham.
I look back up as the president. I look at him one more time. I go, now let me finish what I was saying.
oh man.
And then I finished it. Okay.
That
Trump ended that by saying, so I guess no more vaccine talk. I said, I think that's a good idea. I said, I think you're going to learn a lot about it. But yes, I think that's a good idea because that's the only thing that would make us ever boo
Wow.
you, Mr.
Yeah, because
President.
you're right. I mean, that's
you.
one of
That's
the
amazing.
things that I think a lot of people didn't agree with him on. And it was the vaccine and him being proud of it. And Jason actually has a story that's similar.
Well,
Hey, and a lot of people made the change. It took a lot of people woke up with Trump. A lot of people woke up before Trump. Pat did not wake up. And don't forget, just to give you one fucking example, this is Obama's science czar, John Holdren. Do you remember what he wanted to do? This is his climate change activist and Obama's science czar. He wanted to put something in the American water supply to depopulate the United States of America. You can look it up yourself. Look up John Holdren depopulation. He wanted to put something in the American water supply that would sterilize people. He offered that as a solution to overpopulation. And now the United States is losing people. We're losing people. Yeah, finally, Pat, finally, you're waking up. We put $4 trillion into the economy. Yeah, that's why we have inflation, because of that fucking idiot, Joe Biden. Thank you, Pat, finally. I didn't even think you knew stuff like that. I don't know about Bill Gates. Those every time someone says he's into depopulation, it's some like verbal slip up he makes where I'm like, I don't know whether he meant that or didn't. But John Holdren wrote it in a book. This isn't like the Bill Gates thing. And that was fucking Obama's science czar. Trump is responsible for much of the COVID stimulus. Okay, fine. So be it. We'll give him the first $2 trillion. But when he says, hey, no other president would take these actions, I believe him. Everyone else would be worried about re-election or too afraid to lead. When he's leading. Even though there's little scaredy cats in the crowd screaming and yelling, they would rather, they're too worried about where the fact that their life is going to be better. They're too worried about where their lunch is right now. They want their lunch right now. Graciano Rubio, the San Francisco airport has a lot of masks. Man, there's just masks everywhere. I was just in Ashland. It's crazy. I don't know why it's so many young people too. So many people. Maybe it's because the vaccine fucked their hearts up and now they're scared to get sick. You just called Biden a moron for adding trillions into the economy. Then we told you Trump did half of it and it's cool now. My dude, have a spine. Listen, asshole, I do have a spine. I'm letting you know he did it and he's fixing it. You should wake up. You should wake up, Patty. You should grow a spine. And Trump wasn't mandating the vaccines. And this guy just told you the story that Trump knew he fucked up. You're not going to hear that from Biden. Who do you think was more corrupt, Pat? I'm just curious. Who do you think was more corrupt? Do you think it's even close? They did an exhaustive investigation with the Mueller report on Trump, and they found nothing on him. What they ended up finding out is that Hillary Clinton and the DNC paid $1 million for the fake Russian dossier. Who do you think was more corrupt? Alabama, it's all the old people wearing masks and kids in the college. Yeah, isn't it weird that God, it's crazy. It's so college is. I feel like college is so different than when I went to college. We had our middle finger up in the air. We weren't grabbing our ankles. I don't think it's hard to say who's more corrupt. It's also corrupt. I think it's hard to say one is more corrupt. I don't think so. What I'm really hoping is that that they go after all the 51 intelligence experts that signed the fake Russian laptop claim. The guys who are saying that the heads of the CIA, FBI, NSA, who are all saying the laptop was Russian collusion. I'm hoping they go after all of them. I'm hoping they go after the Clintons. I'm hoping they get to the bottom of all that. I'd like to see all that play out. I hope Cash is working hard. My husband had to wear a mask because he wasn't vaccinated, but everyone else who was vaccinated got to walk around without one. That's fucking bullshit. Hey, I had a buddy who's the only guy at the police department who didn't get vaccinated. Same thing with him. And then every day he'd show up to work, they told him he had to do a swab test. And he said he did that for the week and then just stopped doing it, but no one called him out on it. The laptop is domestic corruption. It's so bad. It's so bad. Keeping It Real made an interesting post. Poor Kale. Kale Lehman got fifth in the Open, in the Worldwide Open. Premier fitness test in the world. An amazing test. Best Open we've had. Just don't ask a grid athlete and you'll know. Only people who don't think this was the best Open in the world are juice monkeys and grid athletes. Maybe that's redundant. And he took fifth in the Open. Then he showed up at Mayhem and took a 20th. This is from Keeping It Real's Instagram account. I talked to the affiliate Kale did his Open workouts at. Kale Lehman signed up for the Open under Black and Gold CrossFit. I signed up under Chief Nation. In West Point, New York, he did all three workouts. I did all three workouts at CrossFit St. Robert in Missouri. So he did it too. He signed up for one gym, but put another. Okay, I don't give a fuck about that. The judgy list is Skylar Johnson, who does not attend the CrossFit gym, and they do not know who Skylar is. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. There's no evidence that Skylar has ever done CrossFit, and he has not taken the judge's course. I'm not too worried about that. No one at the gym saw Kale do the workouts, as he used his 24/7 access to do them on his own. So he does have 24/7 access. Okay. So this is the part that's confusing. He does not have video of any of his workouts. It's weird that he doesn't. I'm surprised if you're that good that you didn't videotape any of your workouts. Film. record? Or we'll go with record. Record any of his workouts. He did all 3 workouts at CrossFit St. Robert in Missouri. But he signed up for the open under black and gold CrossFit. I could see that. And then Grant, I guess, contacted someone at the gym and said, "Hello, this is Grant from Keeping It Real podcast. Can you comment on whether it's true that Cale Lehman performed his workouts there and was judged by Skylar Johnston? Did anyone else witness this?" Hey, Grant, I cannot confirm that Cale participates in the 24/7 access at the gym, and I don't know if he went in and did them on his own or not, but I myself did not witness the workouts being performed. Skylar Johnston is not a member of our gym, and I don't personally know them. That's really all I know. Cale does work out at our gym, but like I said, does not generally do so during any class times and does his own thing. Cale appears to be fitter than Rich Froning and Matt Fraser combined. No, I made that last part up. Okay. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this maybe this is his open scores. Oh. This shows his open scores, the gym he did it at, and who did it. I made up a gym and put myself also, but I also didn't get 5th. And I also filmed my recorded my workouts. And Skylar Johnston is private. I don't know if Skylar responded in here. And then Keeping It Real takes a shot at Patrick Clark. I guess Patrick Clark maybe defended Cale. Patrick Clark, at least you coached and ran an affiliate. What does that even mean? You're right. I didn't know. What? Blueprint Health and Fitness. You shouldn't get in Instagram fights, dude. You need to just lay low, dude. Patrick loves to run his mouth. It's big. You should lay low, man. You should have compassion. You've been through some shit. You know. Just lay low. Chill, dude. Why is nobody asking how CrossFit allowed someone to be ranked 5th in worldwide without a video? Let's start there. I do think that I don't know what the rules are, but definitely if you're top 100, you should probably have a video. Scores get auto-validated. Yeah, all my scores were auto-validated. Does he comment in here? Does Cale comment in here? I didn't look at his scores to see how good or bad they were at Mayhem. I do know this. I do know that when we were watching him do the GHD sit-ups, that it did not look like his hands touched the ground even once. I don't know if they did or not, but from the video, and it would be impossible for his hands to touch the ground because he was in a full back bend. His body was at a 90-degree angle, and it looked like his hands still didn't touch the ground. And at that point, I just got to say CrossFit's racist or whatever the word is. Because like, fuck, put something down there for him so he can fucking touch it. If you can't lean back all the way with your arm fully extended and touch the ground, something has to be adjusted. I spoke with Hiller yesterday, and Hiller said he beat him. Hiller said he hadn't snatched in a year. We'll have to get Hiller's take on this. And Hiller beat him in Isabel, which is pretty crazy. I don't think his arms are short. He's just only 5 feet tall. Listen, I want to put that in perspective. Hiller's 5'9". If you see me standing next to him, he's a giant. But the difference between Colton Mertens and Cale is the same between me and Hiller. I want to see a picture. Is there a picture anywhere of Cale standing next to Colton? I need to see that. Yeah, I agree. Kale's such a cute little guy. I think he's cute too. Oh, yes, on Kale's Instagram. Oh, let's see that. Thank you. Oh, yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, this is what it looks like when I stand next to Hiller. This is an amazing shot. Look at this. Thank you, Sean. Look at this. I think that dude in the bronze, what color is that shirt? Tan, brown, bronze, gold, yellow? I think that dude's been on my podcast. What's his name? Troy Peterson. That dude lost 600 pounds or something. That guy's just quads. He looks normal there. You can't tell he's 5 feet tall, right? Oh, he did an interview before.
Be it serendipitous or not, is that you are from Vermont, and that is the home of the 5-time fittest man on earth. How much did his being from where he's from and being in that area impact your decision to go into CrossFit? Did he influence you at all? And what has been his role in your journey so far?
Yeah, no, him being from Vermont and doing CrossFit is what got me to CrossFit. Because I worked out across the street from him as a kid, and so I'd always see him doing crazy workouts in the parking lot. And so when I got to that point, I was like, "What's the hardest thing I know?" I thought of Matt Frazier out there doing yoke carries at 7 o'clock at night, and I was like, "That's pretty hard. Let's do that." And then recently, it's I don't know how I got so lucky to fall into this spot, but their gym's right down the street from my house. They've opened their arms, and I'm so grateful for it. But having all the coaches there, Jake, Josh, Justin, all those guys helping me out has been amazing.
Be it serendipitous or not, is that you are from Vermont, and that is the home of the
Yes. Sorry about that. All right. So,
We're sitting there.
is it legit? I don't know. If it's not legit, I hope if it's legit, I hope he comes on the podcast and does it live so we could stream it. That would be fun. I don't care what workout he does. Just fucking pick one. And if it's not legit, I hope he'll come on once every 2 weeks until he does beat that time. We can just have fun with him. He's only 23. I heard some crazy story he showed up at Mayhem at 4 a.m. on Saturday because he'd been working all day. I'm a meme guy. I'm over it. I didn't want to post it. I'm not judging you, but I was a little surprised you posted it. Seems a little aggressive for you. And I don't know. All right. But I don't care if you post it. 24 and 25, fittest firefighter in the world. Oh, he was the fittest firefighter in the world. He's a pro bass fisherman. He's the fittest military member in the world in 2024. Fittest college student in the world, Vermont. I mean, it's not like he's a slouch. I did notice when they asked, I think it was Souza. Someone asked Froning about it, and Froning stayed out of it, which made me think that Froning thinks the guy's full of shit too. Oh, a friend of yours could have been competing. Yeah, I might do that. I might do that if it was one of my, if he fucked one of my friends. Yeah, I agree. Autistic killer. He has an incredible opportunity to leverage this either way. He should lean into it. Yeah, 100%. It sounds like the dude's busy too. Is he a total fraudster? No, I don't think he's a total fraudster. Maybe there was a little fraud. I don't think he's a total fraudster. Oh, you mean like all those things aren't true? Well, let me see that. Let me see. Who is the fittest fire? Oh, wow. Who is the fittest firefighter for 2024? Oh, they oh, the world that's the world's strongest firefighter. World's strongest firefighter. Oh, they don't have fittest? They don't have who's the fittest firefighter? Maybe I'll just type in Kale fittest fire. See what happens. Oh, nothing comes up. Uh-oh. Kale Lehman, fittest fire. Only his Instagram comes up. Kale Lehman, fittest firefighter. Oh, okay. From the CrossFit Service Open returned in 2024, and we have a breakdown of some of the most impressive performances. 2024 CrossFit Service Open highlights Kale Lehman impresses. Oh shit. Wouldn't that be crazy? So he's the fittest firefighter in 2024 based on the scores that we haven't seen and been recorded that also made him fifth in the open. Oh, Kale. Oh, Kale. Oh, Kale. Come on, Kale. Get us a video, Kale. Yeah, I'll show you the breakdown. Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe CrossFit needs to do that. They need to, if you're going to win any of these, you have to have videos. I bet you Annika Greer is the fittest college student. I bet you there's videos of all her shit. Fittest affiliate owner. I bet you Caitlin Van Ziel has hers. Fittest male medical professional. I bet you Amy Kringle has hers. Carolyn Prevost, fittest educator. I bet you she has all her videos. Fittest firefighter. Guillaume Briand. I bet you he has all his. Military veteran Chandler Smith. He probably has all his. Yeah, if you're gonna get any of those titles, you gotta have video. They should just, yeah. Didn't they have it so that CrossFit could audit you, and that at any time they could just say, "Hey, we want to see one of your videos," and then you'd have to send it in. Oh, is that? I was trying to figure out what you. Pat Lang. I'm the fittest golf course superintendent. I'm unconfirmed as fittest tranny in the army. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna give it to you. Fuck it. Joe? Did you record your workouts? Did you record yours? Could you, if we were like, hey, send us workout 3, do you have it? Send us workout 1. Hans thinks it's a low bar. Shit, look at this, Joe. You can't even get away with that. Stanley's like, nah, I know a fitter tranny in the military. Nah, I'm giving it to Joe. Fuck you, Stanley. I didn't do the open this year. I did the Warrior team workouts as a female because it was allowed. And did you win that? Did you win? Did you beat the girls? Do they hate you for that? Are they pissed? Or are they like, fuck you, you're a dude? Then you go over and pee on them. I love having you in the chat, Joe. No, 17th, and I wasn't picked for the team. Oh. Are they cool with you? How are they? How are the girls with you? Sevan, my goal for 225 is to fit into a kid-sized belt, 28-inch waist. Wow. I'm a 32. I have the waist of a fucking 6 foot tall man. 28. I'd have to be like fucking amazing. I'd have to weigh 130 pounds. I don't know if that. I'd have to be Melissa. I'd have to be kidnapped by Hamas and kept in a pipe in Gaza to reach 130 pounds. Do you think there's a disproportionate amount of banging in CrossFit gyms relative to other ecosystems?
The breeding ground for cheating. Like, how many people have you heard met their now boyfriend and then had a divorce going to CrossFit?
That's so true. It's a little culty.
It's a little culty. It's a little swingy.
Oh my God. Are CrossFit gyms a breeding ground for swingers?
I think so. I think there needs to be a study on that.
We're going.
What's on this girl's face? What's up with this girl's face? Is that a nose ring? Why does her face look like it's got like something shiny? Like, does she put on lip gloss like my kids put on chapstick? Like my kids just do their whole fucking face. Like anything between here and here when they put on chapstick gets it. That's Botox.
Hang out. We're going to do a sociological
It looks like boogers. Like she's really snotty.
experiment.
With our camcorders.
Yeah, we need to get the hidden ones.
Yeah.
Like on the corner of our glasses.
Yeah. Oh. I also think it's a breeding ground for cheating.
Like I forgot to like my own post. I owned a CF gym for 13 years, knew all my members intimately. I know of 2 affairs in all that time, both involving the same woman. Not a matter of the culture at the gym, not CrossFit. The point you're making could be about any type of gym. I mean, I don't know about the swinger thing, but how could there not be a lot of banging at CrossFit gyms? You have people who are our sport is bra and panties, exercise, sweat. I mean, you're not supposed to know about affairs. I owned a CF gym for 12 years. I knew of several affairs, but that's the ones I knew about. But I think you're right. It's the gym culture. CrossFit just allows for more social scenes. Yeah, meaning gym culture is that there's going to be like you have attractive people who are working out and sweating and pheromones and hormones and shit all over the fucking place, and people are going to fuck. Not gym culture as a general term, as in culture of the specific gym. We ran a very married couple-centric gym. It just wasn't the culture of the place. I went to go film a this is in 2008 or 9 or 10, and I went to go film, maybe it was 10, 11, I don't remember. Whenever I guess it was an open. It was an open or a sectional, I can't remember. But I was in Atlanta, and I was gonna film a CrossFit event. It had something to do with the games, and a bunch of people were showing up at a gym to do the workout. Must have been 2010 or 11, must have been the open. And I went with my wife. I wonder if my wife remembers this. I wonder if Haley remembers this story. That'd be great if she remembered Great.
Hello, you've reached Haley. Leave a message.
So we we get to this gym and we get there early and we park and we walk around to the back of the gym. And as we're walking to the gym, I can see that there's stations set up everywhere for people to do the workout. It had box jumps in. I remember the boxes being set up everywhere. And the gym was empty except for these two people. And they were embraced and they were kissing. And we walked in through the back bay doors and they saw us and they panicked. And I didn't think for a second they were cheating. I just thought that they were embarrassed that we saw them making out, right? So they're like, "Hi," and we're like, "Hey, we're here just to film the workout." And they're like, "Okay." And then, 35 minutes or 40 minutes passed and I saw both that man and woman with another man and woman. You know what I mean? Like I saw them with their significant others. They weren't with each other anymore. They were with other people. And then I was like, "Oh shit." We walked in on them cheating or swinging. But either way, just imagine if I saw that once, that means that shit must be happening all the time. What are the odds that I saw that once? Someone asked about Charles Barkley. Didn't you film Charles Barkley doing the open? I don't know if I filmed him doing the open, but I filmed Charles Barkley at a CrossFit gym and he took the mama class. He was in the mama's class. And I remember his coach was this hot older woman, fucking so hot. And I don't know if his coach, but yeah, I think it was his coach or his workout buddy. But the chicks in that gym swooned around him. There were 5 girls and Charles there, and me and my wife when I filmed, and the girls were just all over him. It was a fucking nuts. Like older, big-titted ladies, just like with the big old, fake hammers, just all up in his shit. He was cool. I could tell he enjoyed it. He was cool. He wasn't like creepy and like groping him, but they touched him. They touched him excessively. Excessively. No, he's not dollar signs. He's charismatic. He's charismatic. Taking the kids to gymnastics. Anyway, I'm not offended by this at all. This is a funny comment though. 200% tariffs on podcast equipment for women. God, that's a great comment. But I'm not. I mean, listen. If you're gonna, if you're sending your if you're going to a CrossFit gym, I mean, if I was going to tell my son to, if he's like, "Hey, where should I find a girlfriend?" I would tell him either go to church or a CrossFit gym or both. Mike Sandone. Hey, Sevon. Hey, Sevi. Hey, Mike. I just came back from a week-long ibogaine retreat in Tijuana. Totally life-changing. Someone needs to make a documentary about the process. That's where you take drugs that fries a little bit of your brain. And you think you saw God, and then you live in the present for 6 months. You had your eyes open to the present. Human nature is to be attracted to one another. Acting on it is differently. Oh, hopefully longer. Yeah, good point. Joe, my wife got me into CrossFit in 2016. My previous wife I met at church can confirm, but results may vary. Oh, you were married, Joe? Yeah, I do have to have you on. Do you ever see your ex-wife? Oh, geez. Here we go. Ty, my wife's college-age sister wants to start a podcast with other psych majors twice a week. She asked if I will tune in. I said if they can keep it interesting, but it's an oversaturated market. Oh, interesting. You're still married. You live in a house with another woman, but you don't put it to her? I don't know. Ibogaine was about as high as I could ever possibly handle 3 straight hours of intense visions. I was a construction worker. I was an out-of-town construction worker and married the gym owner. Wow. God, that must have been fun. So those are GM fuck habits. Hey, you guys think this is true? I spent about 15 minutes trying to research this to see if this is true. I have no idea if this is true. This is probably how you get a job at Pat Lang's golf course too, right here. Patty, listen up. Are these the questions? This is it says Portland for real Instagram account. This is not a joke. The unemployment department has been criticized the last few years for hours of hold times, not answering their phones and delaying needed claims. And now this with their new computer and phone system that went live March 4th for $106 million. Not only does this have nothing to do with unemployment, additionally, pedophiles only account for 5.6% of Oregonians. What gives? This is ridiculous. Here we go.
Not, press 9. If you prefer not to say, press 5. How do you describe your sexual orientation or sexual identity? Choose all that apply. If you are asexual, press 1.
What the heck is
If
asexual?
not, press 9. If you prefer not to say, press. If you are bisexual, press 1. If not, if you are gay, press 1. If not, if you are a lesbian, press 1. If not,
I'm just trying to get my
if you are
unemployment.
pansexual, press 1. If not,
It's kind of fucked up that it's a black dude trying to get unemployment. You think this is real? For the record, you just called the gay pedos. That's what I said last week, and you yelled at me. No, I didn't call the gays pedos. And when I yelled at you for it, you denied it, you pussy. And now you're finally fucking admitting that you did say it. So I caught you. I fished your shit out. The T's and the Q's got tons of pedos in them, dude. And the LGB, they're cool. We're cool. We're cool. And here's what's fucked up. You're trying to take that movement away from all the fucking progress the lesbians and the gays and the bis. We won't even say the bis. Fuck the bis. The lesbians and the gays have made. I'd have to answer so many of those. I have to answer yes to all of them. That's what I mean, Pat. You don't fucking listen. You don't listen to anyone else, and you don't listen to yourself. Yeah, the Christians do have tons of pedos in them. No, Pat. And we've been through this because they're not trying to normalize it. It's not called Christian plus. It's not called Christian Q. Fucking douche. Anyway,
if you are queer,
the
press
point is, do you think
That's
1.
crazy.
If not,
I'm concerned on why it's always a black dude trying to get unemployment. This can't be real. Last Tuesday, I called unemployment line because this is a white girl. Good. Thank bounces out the black guy. Last Tuesday, I called the unemployment line because my unemployment ran out and I needed to speak with somebody about restarting my claim. I was on the hold for 4 hours and 28 minutes. I gave up and hung up. I called the next morning at 8:01 a.m. We need to find out that their phones are closed on Wednesdays. I never actually spoke with anyone. I've emailed them 3 times in 3 weeks. This is such garbage that Oregonians have such worthless policies and politicians. It must be Trump's fault for firing all the people at the Social Security Administration. Oh, here we go. Listen to this. Oh, I can't wait. Look at this person. This person's defending it. And look at them. By the way, that's what all the women look like in Ashland. Right there. Like that guy. Does anyone understand how demographic information works? This isn't really used for anything immediately, but it's used for statistical analysis later on. All this data is collected and processed and revealed a bunch of different things. If it lets people see if there are certain demographics that are facing different issues or being particularly hit hard. Yeah, we fucking know. That means it is being used, you fucktard. Jesus criminy. Like, who fucks that? My God. Oh, they, them, of course. Oh, I didn't. Oh, sorry. You guys, did you guys get to see any
Do
of
you
that?
describe your
Jesus criminy.
sexual
I suck.
orientation or sexual identity?
Look at this
Choose
guy.
all that apply. If you are asexual,
Look at this guy. This guy's like, hey, don't sweat it. It's not a big deal. They're just using the information. Holy shit. Joe, I really respect the fact that you made yourself a pretty girl that's fuckable. Because this shit's just a disaster. Look at least this chick showing some titty down here. My God. I wish all these women would become Muslim. Hey.
Did you call?
Yeah. Hey, quick. Do you remember when you remember being in Atlanta for when we filmed the open or sectionals or something?
Yeah.
And do you remember when we parked in the back and we walked through the bay doors?
To a gym?
Yeah.
Wait. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
So.
And do you remember what we saw when we went in the gym?
Yes.
What did we see?
We saw a man and a woman.
What were they doing?
They're being very affectionate with each other.
And what did they do when they saw us?
I believe they pulled away from each other.
Aha! And did they pull away because they were embarrassed that we saw them?
I don't think so. I don't think that was the reason.
Yeah, and how did we know that?
Did we find out later? That I don't remember.
Later on, we saw
found
them.
out later.
Later on, for
with
sure.
Their significant others.
Yes. But you know what? I just
Yeah.
realized maybe they were swingers. Maybe they weren't cheating.
That could be possible.
But what do you think? Just think of that. If we saw
Then
that,
maybe they were embarrassed.
yeah. I'm gonna go with they were cheating.
They were
But
swingers.
I want to go with they're cheating, but I'm not willing to like bet my life on it.
No. It was awkward.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think about Kale Lehman? You think his scores are legit? You think he took 5th in the Open?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it was a joke. Never mind. I love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
She has no idea what I'm talking about. I don't blame. You have to be a special kind of man to be interested in Kale Lehman's situation. Okay, well, fine. I'll do that. I'll do that. Let's hear her version. Let's hear her version of the Wagoneer story.
Yes.
Can you tell the tail? Can you tell the tail light story?
The taillight story. All I know, I'm glad it was you and not me.
Smart. Yep, that's solid. I respect that. I'm glad it was me and not you two. Go on.
Gosh, I'm just like trying to block it out, I guess. Pretend that it didn't even happen. What do you want to know? Can you ask?
Just tell me what happened, how you remember it. I pull into the parking lot.
The parking lot was very full. I think there was only like handicap spaces and then maybe one like far.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember. I'm trying to remember if I even like saw the bushes. I don't know if I was paying attention.
I mean, you were the passenger. Why would
Right. But I mean, we were looking for a spot and I don't know. Sometimes I do pay attention to what you're doing. And then I was like, why did he do that? Why would he pull back into a spot with those branches?
Yeah. I was wondering that too, because I saw them before I did it. I wasn't like surprised. I wasn't like,
yeah. And when he told me
that,
I was like, what? That's not like you.
Did it make you less attractive?
Anyways,
Did it make you less attracted to me? Like it took a little edge off of my masculinity? Did you go from being like, wow,
maybe for a split second.
You're like, wow, I love how when he backs in, I'm going to give it to him tonight to, oh, he's a cuck.
Basically.
All right. Thank you.
That's why I slept in my clothes that night.
Perfect.
Just kidding.
All right.
All right. Well, it's done and we'll deal with it. And one day we'll just be a funny story to tell.
Did I get angry?
No, actually, you didn't.
Did I?
But that's the thing. Had I done it, it would have been a totally different scene.
Did I stay calm and equanimous and centered, still radiating the glow of the Lord?
I believe so. Yes.
All right, just checking. All right.
I think we both did. I think we were both just like, okay.
All right.
This happened, but again, like you said, at least there was no damage done.
You were probably thinking, "Fuck, I'm never gonna get a wedding ring if we keep having to pay fines like this."
Right.
All right.
No, or a new car, or no.
All right.
Okay.
I love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye.
There you go. Deep inside, don't tell anyone this, a little piece of me died. When I hit, I still had hope that there was no damage. And then I turned on the, I never used the flashlight on my phone. Like I can count on one hand in the 20 years I've had an iPhone that I've used the flashlight, and I turned the flashlight on the iPhone. I don't even know how to do it. I think you pull down on the right here. Yeah. Hit that button. I turned on my light. And I saw it. I was even kind of in denial a little bit. Like Pat's in denial about Trump. Like I'm in denial about my roadcaster. Were you tying a knot? Miss Disseldinger, were you tying a knot while parking? Probably. I know. What do you want me to do about my roadcaster? Seriously, do you want to know how many roadcasters I have in this office? I think I have 4 or 5. I should pull them all out and line them on the wall with dates that they died. I mean, what the fuck do you want me to do? Is it that bad? Is it bad now? Is it bad now? Yeah, I probably have 5. That's right. Yeah, I'm a victim of shitty roadcasters. What can I say? They're fucking expensive. They're like $500 or $600. It's bad now. Okay, that's a good. Seb, you need to ask Greg about direwolves and genetic engineering tomorrow. Yes, it's trash. Hey, so my voice is all fucked up right now? Is that really what's going on? What if I had a guest on? No, they don't make different brands. That's what sucks. These motherfuckers have a monopoly on the market. It's not their fault. No, it's good now. Thank you, Julie. That's all I care about. Listen, is it just like every once in a while when I use the phone, it's like, shh, shh, shh. It's not. It only happens like 3 times a show, right? It comes and goes. No, thank you, Pat. You're very kind. That's very kind of you. Okay, everyone says it's my phone. 3 times every 15 minutes. No shit. Is that really true? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm proving my love for my kids today by driving them 40 minutes to gymnastics. I've started doing that twice a week. I pat myself on the back the whole drive over there. You're the greatest dad in the world. You're the greatest dad in the world.
Was Oprah dumb when she was hanging out with that racist? Was Whoopi Goldberg dumb when she was hanging out with that racist? So when did he become a racist? When they told you he was. Was he a racist? And was he a problem for Hillary Clinton when he stood up at Chelsea Clinton's wedding? When he was golfing with Bill Clinton for years? Make it make sense. Oh, and again, this is not me advocating for Donald Trump, but I need to give you an example that you cannot argue.
Yeah, I'm not advocating for Donald Trump, Pat. I just have arguments you can't refute.
People are upset because Donald Trump's a racist because he took out an $85,000 ad in the newspapers against the exonerated five, formerly known as the Central Park Five. Right? That's a problem. That's problematic because he said they needed to get the death penalty. You know what everybody leaves out of that conversation? 2 things. The first is all we had was the information that was being presented to us on the news
at the time.
And at the time, all that information said that we got them. We got these kids. They ain't say nothing about rounding them up or how they rounded them up or this, that, and the third. They set up there and they present. Go look at forget me. Go look at Ava DuVernay's Netflix movie. Go look at all the documentaries made about these guys. Now, here's the gag. At the time when Donald Trump did that, he was a registered Democrat. Not only that, he was a private citizen. Not only that, the district attorney, the assistant district attorney, the chief of police, the mayor, all of them happen to be Democrats.
Hey, and he didn't do it because they were black. It's because he thought they were guilty. Unlike Biden, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Love you guys. See you guys later. Dave Castro Weekend Review coming. Bye-bye.